Okay, let's dive into the silent, terrifying world of intrusive thoughts.
We're going to explore a wild idea about those strange thoughts that can haunt us.
You know, like when you're holding a baby and a horrifying thought just flashes in your mind?
Or maybe you're driving and a dark impulse just kind of comes from nowhere.
These thoughts, they feel like your own mind is attacking you, right?
The real terror isn't even the thought, it's the question that comes right after. And this is where our mind makes a huge mistake, confusing a random glitch for a secret desire. To really get this, you have to accept something profound about how your brain works.
And here it is. You don't actually create every single thought that pops into your head.
Just think of your brain as a thought generation machine, constantly spitting out ideas.
And we're talking thousands of these random thoughts every single day. Most are just nonsense.
Yeah, most of them are just junk we ignore. But a few, the really taboo ones, get stuck.
And that's when it starts, this really profound and lonely battle inside your head.
In this war, you start policing your own mind. You basically become its prison guard.
Your own imagination, once a safe space, now feels like a dangerous, unpredictable inmate.
And this fight is silent, it's exhausting, and it is just filled with so much shame.
And here's the crazy paradox. It's the good people who are tortured by this the most.
So the real struggle isn't the thought itself, but the intense, exhausting battle against it. It's something we all deal with. You try to push a thought away, and it just won't leave.
It is one of the most frustrating things about our brains. You know what? Let's actually test it out.
Okay, I've got a simple experiment for you. Just for a few seconds. Ready?
All right, try it. No white fur, no sharp claws, definitely no snowy Arctic landscape, just don't. So, how'd you do? If you're like most of us, your mind is now full of white bears. But why?
Well, to successfully avoid a thought, part of your brain actually has to, well, check for it.
And that constant scanning, that little, are we thinking about it yet? That's what keeps bringing it back.
This whole thing actually has a name, ironic process theory, and it perfectly explains this weird mental glitch.
Okay, a white bear is harmless, but what happens when the thought is something genuinely awful?
So, let's swap the bear for a thought that goes against everything you believe in. A really terrible one.
Right away, your gut reaction is, no, get out of my head. You try to shove it down hard. But in that moment, you've just told your brain this isn't junk mail, it's a bomb threat. So your brain, trying to protect you, goes on high alert and starts scanning for that thought constantly. The more you fight, the more important it gets, and the more it appears. This is the terror loop.
But here's the most important part. Its persistence doesn't mean you're a bad person. Not at all.
It's a sign that you're just fighting it too hard. The thought itself has no power.
All that struggling, it basically builds a cage in your mind, and you're both the prisoner and the guard.
Think about it. The very bars of that cage are made from your own frantic attempts to get out. So how do you actually win a war that's happening inside your own head?
Well, the wild thing is you don't fight at all. You just declare peace.
See, this isn't some battle you have to win. It's a journey of radical surrender. And that brings us to a weirdly powerful skill, the fine art of doing nothing.
So when that monster thought shows up, rule number 1, do not fight it.
And you can't just shove it down either. Pushing it away just makes it stronger.
And this is huge. You can't argue with it. Don't even try to reason with it.
So what's left to do? You just let it be there. That's it. Think of it like a weird, loud cloud just passing through the sky of your mind.
I know this sounds scary, but it's actually a brilliant move, kind of like psychological jujitsu.
By not resisting, you send a totally new message to your brain's alarm system.
This whole practice, it's called mindful detachment, and there are 4 key steps.
You acknowledge it, then you label it, you observe it curiously, and then you just allow.
And here's the game changer. You start to see it not as me, but just as a thought.
If you stick with this, over time, something pretty miraculous starts to happen. At first, it's terrifying, but with practice, its power weakens. It actually gets boring.
See, the thought loses all its power because you're just not arguing with it anymore.
And slowly, that connection between the thought and the panic, it just starts to fade away.
The thought might still show up, sure, but now it doesn't snag you. It just floats on by.
And this all leads to the ultimate liberation, a really profound and simple truth.
And it's this: you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that's watching them.
Turns out that monster was never real. It was just a shadow, a glitch in the system.
So if the only way to beat a shadow is to turn on the light, what happens next?